ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. Jack, we Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and fine to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us.
DQ, baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids. D-Phase. Yeah. Bubba C. Yeah. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring, son up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeant is with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is... Oh, Jesus. Oh, that almost went down the wrong pipe. What is going on here, everybody? Happy Monday morning to y'all. Happy Monday morning. Happy Monday morning. Hope everybody's weekend was outstanding. Outstanding. Okay. Listen, we're going to get to some few topics and we're going to get into it and we're going to get up out of here. I ain't going to hold you guys too long. Topic of the day, Diddy gives back to HBCUs. I should have did like a sound job. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now because it's bad boy for life. It's bad boy for life. We ride together. We die together. Bad boys for life. Shout out to Diddy. All right. So listen, Tuesday, tomorrow, interview with, we back. We back, baby. Coach Kid never said, Scotty, I want to come back on. I got some stuff to talk about. I said, say less, coach. So tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, OC Kid Nevins is back on the channel to talk about Valley's last year. We talk about what he learned, what he did learn, what he, being an OC and everything like that. So we going to get it. It's going to be a great interview. Make sure you guys tune in for that and go support Valley. Okay, let's go support Valley. They also got a new AD. I reached out to him to do an interview, but I'm just going to leave it at that. Anyway, so you know what kills me? You know what kills me sometimes? Is like, I guess I'm considered the bad guy. Like I'm the bad guy. I guess I'm like the bad boy of YouTube or whatever, or HBCU, however you want to call it. But ain't nobody else trying to enter. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone because my girl gonna bust in here talking about move on. So I'm gonna move on. Anyway, all right. So, like I said, interview tomorrow, Coach Kid Nevins, Tuesday. I want to give you an interview that I got coming up, but I don't know, man. He been flaking on me. I was supposed to have him on last Thursday. He been flaking on me, so I can't really promote it because he might flake on me again. All right, so I'm gonna just leave it. I'm gonna leave it in the chamber. All right, but let's get into it. We also gonna talk about some other topics as you saw in the day, and I got something really random that I saw that I'm gonna bring up later in the show that I saw on Facebook, and I was like, let's talk about it. So let me see what these comments looking like. The villain of this. Well, yeah, I think that's what it is. I guess I'm like the villain of this. I don't, me. Listen, if it's one thing I love to be is the villain. Okay, my favorite villain is the Joker. It always has been ever since I was a little kid. I've always liked Joker. That's been my dude. So anyway, all right, let's get into it. Diddy gives $1 million to Howard and Jackson State. I'll be nice. I'll be nice today since it is it's a good moment. All right. He gives $1 million to Howard and Jackson State. Listen, it goes back to what I said, and what I'm always going to say is that Howard has to know its value. Let's be real. Half of the black actors in the BET Awards went to Howard. They went to Howard. So when everybody was coming at me talking about some Michael Jordan shouldn't give them the Michigan deal, Michael Jordan should, bull crap, baloney. You see how much influence was on that stage? You got Taraji talking about who's the real HU. You got was it the dude from Martin up there with her, Cole, or Anthony Anderson? I think it was the dude from Martin, Cole. So he went to Howard, she went to Howard, Anthony Anderson went to Howard, Diddy went to Howard. It's so much influence. First of all, the BET Awards should kind of move itself into doing more HBCU stuff anyway. All right, because we know you're owned by Viacom. Listen, we know what white people do. That's what Carol's daughter is at Target. Everybody thought Carol's daughter was owned by a black person. It is not. It is owned by a white woman who is marketing towards black people. Okay, so Viacom, the smart thing would do is make it an HBCU event, make BET Awards into like an HBCU type of event where you got steppers and bands and all type of stuff to make it more impactful within the culture. Because clearly you saw last night Howard is in the building. You got a FAMU with Will Packer. He in the building. You see what I'm saying? So it should kind of come into place. But I'm glad Diddy did this. I'm glad he gave the money. Now, this is the part of me. This is the part of me that is like, you're going to be like, damn, Scott, like, you know, you're never okay with just okay. And I'm really not, you know what I'm saying? I even, you know, I got to challenge myself every day. I got to wake up and say, what can I do better? You know what I'm saying? But this is where I always say you could have done more, right? Diddy should have called out everybody. Diddy should have called out everybody. I'm going to give $1 million. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give $1 million to Howard. I'm going to give $1 million to Jackson. Like, what y'all going to do? If we should play for us, then we should support us, correct? You in a room with multi-millionaires, okay? Multi-millionaires, even if they don't give $1 million, they could have gave something, 50, 100, 60. The same way Diddy did vote or die, he should come back and do support or die or whatever. It's the same exact thing, the same mantra, the same avenue, the same push. It's the same vigor you have for vote or die should have the same vigor for support us or die. You know what I'm saying? Now, we know voting has a big cataclysm in society of who gets in office. And so I'm not saying that push and that mission should not be there. I wholeheartedly support it. All I'm saying is that now that you have Diddy always had a platform. Now that you're at that moment, now that you're in that stage, Lifetime Achievement Award, Howard's getting recognized, Jackson State getting recognized. Challenge everybody. Challenge everybody to give $1 million on what they can give or what they should give. You know what I'm saying? Everybody giving, all them black people giving to some type of charity, their own charity, some other charity. Why don't we support our own? So that's the only thing on top of that I wish Diddy would have done, because Diddy is a trendsetter, okay? Diddy is a trendsetter. And if we being real, if we being really real, Diddy could always give like 2% of his Ciroc profits to Howard. But I don't want to count his pockets. That's not fair. I'm really getting to the nitty gritty. I'm really getting to the nitty gritty. But my thing is, I just feel like it just at some point in time, I just feel like there has to be some type of like initiative, right? An initiative that challenges these stars. I mean, Chadwick Boseman, Howard, like it's just so many, Felicia Rashad, like it's just so many people in the industry that are part of the Howard brand and part of the HBCU brand that I feel that it should kind of grow in just popularity and as well as finances. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I was the BET Awards next year, I would make it an HBCU event. I surely would. I would jump on that bandwagon. I would make an HBCU event. I would do like the HBCU Teacher of the Year, kind of slide that into the BET Awards, the Band of the Year. I would do it like the ESPYs. What I would do is I would do it like the ESPYs for the BET Awards. Like I would add that into to the BET Awards. So I would do the Teacher of the Year, the Band of the Year, the Basketball, Football Teams of the Year, Community Service Member of the. I would do all little stuff like that to incorporate HBCUs within the BET Awards to make it a whole thing and a whole kind of shebang. You know what I'm saying? To keep the level of awareness high and in that whole mantra or whatever. So that's what I would do. That's just me personally. Viacom, you're white, if you want some black insight, you know what I'm saying? That's that, hey, if the Source Awards were still around, the Source Awards would do it. If the Source Awards was still around, they would do it. I'm just saying. But no, shout out to Diddy for giving a meal. And I'm gonna go back to what listen, man. Y'all better start checking them checks. Listen, man. Y'all better listen. Diddy, listen. Let's call a spade, man. Let's call a spade. Diddy has been known for some effed up contracts. So that money might come with some strings that you don't want. So you better be very due diligent when you're taking money from Diddy. All right. It's like taking money from 50 Cent. understandably, 50 gonna want his money back somehow, some way. That's usually how 50 get down. You know what I'm saying? So Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Diddy ain't the, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Just saying. So, okay, be very mindful. I mean, if he writing checks, you know they gonna cash, but I'm just saying, be very mindful. Don't sign nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't sign those and don't sign nothing you can't get out of. I'm telling you. Next thing you know, the Sonic Boom will be out there playing every other Friday, not getting paid. Like, I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. Just they be out there, just marching along, not getting paid, messing with Diddy. But no, shout out to Diddy for this, man. That's huge. And once again, Deion's impact, man. Deion's influence. Like, he has no connection to Jackson State other than he watched Diddy he watched Deion like everybody else did. So that just is what it is. So shout out to him for that. And once again, you keep making yourself, if you keep putting yourself out there, good things are happening to get in return. And I challenge Diddy to all the mantras and all the movements that he's done. Like, this should be another movement that he supports and pushes. You, Taraji, Anthony Anderson, you know what I'm saying? Will Packer, all you guys get together and make an initiative to get more funding for HBCUs. Because we should play for us does not just mean 2 teams. All right? Just does not mean 2 teams. It means that we should play for us. That means we should play for all other HBCUs. These 2 teams, these 2 schools can't get everybody. All right, but there's enough people out there. So it is what it is. But I shout out to Diddy for this, man. This is huge. And I hope more is to come from that. All right. Hope more is to come from that. All right. But I think BET should definitely get back in cahoots with some HBUs and make it happen. All right. So next up, listen, if y'all think it's a game, I'm telling you right now, Coach Don Thornton said, try me. Coach Don Thornton said, if you think it's a game, try me. I'm coming for everything. Okay, I'm coming for everything you owe me. Listen. Okay, hold on. Before I get into this, let me say this. I want to say this very clearly. All right, and let me make a banner. All right. Rivals and rivalries, right? And a rivalry, okay? And I listen, I didn't graduate from college, so don't mess up with my spelling, but I want you to get with something, right? Rivals and a rivalry. Listen, you can have a rivalry with somebody and not be an official rival. I'm going to say it again. You can have a rivalry with someone and not be a rival. It is really shocking to me how many people on Twitter do not understand this in the realm of sports, okay? You can have a rivalry without a back history of being rivals, okay? Like, you never were rivals, but you can have a rivalry. Let me make this very clear. I'm going to give you a great example. Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, right? The Colts versus the Patriots. They were a rivalry. They were never rivals. I'm going to say this again. They were never rivals, but they had a rivalry. Once Peyton Manning retired, do you hear anything about the Colts and the Patriots anymore? No. Okay? I want to make this very clear. It's you can make something because it's the impacts of the game. It might be the between people or between certain players, right? I'll give you another one. Eddie George and Ray Lewis, okay? The Tennessee Titans versus the Ravens, okay? For a short stint, they were a rivalry. Very short stint, but they were a rivalry, okay? Eddie George didn't like Ray on the field. Ray didn't like Eddie. It was just what it is. Everybody knew. Everybody wanted to see that matchup in the hole, okay? That's what it is. So when you tell me JSU and FAMU are not rivals, no shit, Sherlock. I know that. But there is a rivalry, okay? There is a rivalry there. You can't be that slow to not understand that, okay? Texas Southern versus Jackson State. That is not a rival. But if Andrew Body and Shador are what we expect them to be, that will be a rivalry. No different than Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. We're going to see these freshmen grow and get to a level of play that we're like, wow, we want to see them play each other. Okay? I'm not saying they're rivals, but there's a rivalry. Okay, so be very mindful of sports because people always think like, oh my God, you got to have history. No, you have to have some type of friction, some type of storyline that builds a rivalry. Okay, that's what that is. So Bethune-Cookman, right? So okay, good example, right? Let's say Quincy is the next quarterback for the next 2 years of A&M, right? He has a vendetta against Jackson State, right? That could be considered a rivalry, right? Connell Maynard, Deion Sanders, that is considered a rivalry. Like, let's not play these games, okay? Stop it. So anybody out there talking about rivals, I understand what rivals is, okay, and what they are. A rivalry is something totally different because it can be something built over a couple years or after a game or a tough loss. You get what I'm saying? So let's not act like that. Man, stop it, okay? Some people should not be discussing football, for real. People on Twitter should not be discussing football. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, Offscript_vids, Offscript_vids, all right? Listen, and I want to also say one more thing, okay? I want to say one more thing, and I want to bring this up because it really bothered my spirit. It really bothered my spirit. All right, hold on, let me see, share, boom, boom. All right, so let me zoom into this real quick. Hope y'all can see this, right? Somebody had the nerve, okay, had the audacity to call Luther Vandross the original Jacquees, okay? First of all, you will not do any Luther Vandross slander on my channel. Okay, on my Twitter, there will be no Luther Vandross slander. Okay, I understand he did a lot of covers. Okay, we get that. I understand that he did a lot of covers. A lot of his songs were not his songs. I do not care. And if you want to hear, here's the little snippet.
Did y'all know these Luther Vandross songs are actually covers?
If this world were mine, if this world were mine. I'm not meant to live alone. Not meant to live alone. No. Let me
just stop it right there. Let me just stop it right there. Ain't nobody doing. Ain't nobody doing that. We will not have any Luther Vandross slander out here in these streets. Okay, that's what we will not do. Ain't nobody doing. Ain't nobody doing that. Okay, let me continue. The disrespect on Luther.
hold you tight. Let me hold you tight.
Come on, man, this chick right here. If only for one night, let me keep you near to ease away your fears. Come on, man. It would be so nice if only. I do not care if Brenda wrote it. I do not care if Brenda sang it. It's Luther's, okay? Once Luther touches it, it's Luther's. Okay, let's continue.
Don't you remember you told me you loved me?
Who are you? Who are you, ma'am? Ooh, the carpenter. Who are you? Get this Mayo. This is Mayo. Okay, look what Luther does to it.
Baby. Don't you remember you told me you love me?
It's a difference. We are not the same. We are not the same. Stop it. Stop it.
Could really ever.
Do you see the finger? Do you see the? Did it really? It's Luther. It's not even close.
Sure, hurt me.
Okay, let's be real. Okay. Heat Wave, okay. Always a favorite. It was nice. It was nice. It's nothing wrong with Heat Wave, okay? I listen to Heat Wave. There's nothing wrong with they always a favorite. But it ain't this.
Always love you.
You got me.
Come on, man. Stop it. The Friends of Distinction, okay? No, friends, it is Luther's.
Going in circles.
I ain't gonna lie, I do like this original version. I do like the soulfulness of this original, but it's still not Luther though.
Got me going in circles. It's so amazing to be.
Diane Warwick, you're a legend, okay? You're a legend, but it ain't Luther.
It's so amazing to be loved.
I follow you to the moon and the stars above.
To the moon and the sky above. You always create.
Oh yeah, there would be no Stevie Wonder disrespect on here because my girl will bust in the door and shut me down. So we're gonna stop it right there. All right, we're gonna stop it right there. But I just wanted to make that very clear, bro. There will be no Luther. There will be no Luther disrespect on Twitter. I will not stand for the slander. Okay. Just want to make that very clear. Okay. Want to make that very clear. Oh boy. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No ham. No turkey. No bacon. We will not be doing that against Luther. All right. Back to this. Listen, listen. Coach Don Thornton, man. That's why it's called Offscript for a reason. I just get on these tangents. I apologize. Right. But Coach Don is not playing with the swag. She said, listen, I got to go get it. Okay. Now I didn't put this girl's height. She is 6'4". Okay. She is 6'4", former 5-star. She is a USA U18 gold medalist. Okay. She played with Ryan Howard, the girl who got drafted, I believe, number 1 or number 2 in the WNBA. Listen, she is not playing. Okay. Former teams, her freshman year, she played on that Rutgers team. I think that Rutgers team went like 25-3 or 25-5, something crazy like that. All right. And then she played for Georgia last year, didn't really get much time, and it got kind of spot action in those games. Now, listen, I did a quick eval. Okay. Thank you, Hezekiah. It might be a new rivalry. Okay, it might be. She's a center. Okay, she is a center. Man, now that I'm looking at this graphic, I just really effed this all up because I didn't put really a lot of stuff on there. I apologize, guys. I did this like late last night, but yeah, I agree. Hezekiah, might be a new rivalry coming. Might be brewing. All right, this girl is 6'4", 6'5". She is a center. Okay, she is a center. And the one thing about the swag, if you're messing with Coach Reed, you got to have some height because she going to be big. Okay. She going to be big. So, this is my quick eval of her, right? This is my quick eval. Pros and cons. And I watched a few games from her U18 when she played for USA. I watched a few games that she played. I watched some highlights of her at Rutgers. And I watched a little bit of her high school tape. She's a winner. All right. She's been on winning programs. She's been around winners. She knows what winning looks like. She has great defensive presence. She is a centerpiece for a defensive team. Okay. She has a mid-range and can play with her back to the basket. All right. So she isn't a front-facing center where all she can do is she can drop step on you. She can turn, she can finish. All right. In high school, I think she had one game like 25 points, 25 rebounds, something stupid like that, like 8 or 10 blocks. All right. She has the record. She has the all-time record for 6 blocks in a game in the U18, USA team or whatever. So she still holds that record. All right. Cons. Her motor could be better, right? And this is what I'm explaining to you when I say motor. If you think of Amisha Williams is amazing at running the floor. To be 6'4", her size, she ran the floor beautifully, okay? And that's my standard for bigs, right? You got to be able to run the floor. She has a hard time. She's real lackadaisical when it comes to, when it comes to getting up and down the floor. It has a problem. All right. Not a true scorer. And what I mean by that is she's not a a Tina Charles. She's not a Brittany Griner. She probably won't ever average she won't. In my personal opinion, I don't think she'll average over 20 points. That's just my personal opinion. Now, Coach Dawn might get her in a mindset to change because that's what coaching is all about. She might get her to think like, listen, girl, you the biggest girl in the court. You need to have a mentality of going to score. Like, yo, give me the ball, set up. And what I mean by needs to show more force offensively is you gotta want the ball. Okay. And once again, my standard is Amisha. I want to be very clear. I'm not saying everybody needs to be Amisha, but that's the standard I'm going by in my head when I think of an assertive center, right? Amisha loved to say, she would post up. She would swing with the ball, repost, you know what I'm saying? Set a screen, repost. That's showing offensively that she wants to rock, okay? That's the thing for me. So I want to see more of that. I want to see more of her wanting to be an offensive piece to the puzzle. But I think this is a huge get for Coach Dawn. I think Coach Dawn won't have a problem. She was at Georgia. Yeah, she played last year at Georgia. I think that Coach Dawn won't have any problem getting guards, but this is what you need in the SWAC now when you have Coach Reed getting the height and the kind of players that she's getting. Now, I think if Davenport stays healthy, she adds another piece to this. She adds another piece to this puzzle with another Zay Green or finding another Zay Green that can control it. Getting a shooter, definitely need a shooter in the SWAC. If you can get somebody that can shoot in the SWAC, it's deadly because most of these girls are drive and kick girls. Most of these girls are, finishers around the rim, but you definitely need some shooting. So if she can get if she can get another girl 6'3", 6'4", that can play forward or that has some mobility, she could definitely do something with this. And I'm excited to see what Coach Dawn Thornton is going to be about. I'm definitely going to be covering women's basketball this season. I'm going to try to get more in depth and more mobile than who? More mobile than Amisha? You're bugging. There's no film that tells you that. If you're talking about she's more mobile than Amisha, there's no film that you can show me after her U18 season at USA that shows me she's more mobile than Amisha. You're bugging. And I can bring up clip. I can do clip. Bro, I do not care. Listen, bro, I do not care what you're talking about right now. I watched her run up and down the court. That's not her thing. She does not have that motor that Amisha Williams does. No, she does not, bro. I'm telling you right now. That's not her motor. That's not her game. Her game is not running up and down the floor. That is not her game. She is a set you up, bring it up, slow it up, half court style, move the ball around. That's her. She is not a run and gun team. And that's what Coach Thornton wants to do. So she's going to have to become that, but that's not her strong suit. That is definitely not her strong suit. And you can go watch any film on that and it will tell you differently. It won't tell you no different. So I don't know. You can see it in person, but you must have had it in, based off the film I watched, that girl's motor is not that. All right, listen, let's get into FAMU. But we'll see. Hey, listen, King K334, we'll see. When she gets in the SWAC and she touchdown, we'll see what her motor looks like. And then you can come back on here and tell me I'm wrong, or you can go here and I'll tell you I was right. It's just that simple. It's just that simple for me because everything I say is on wax. So, it is what it is. All right, I want to talk about this guy. DeMarcus. Hey, that's what. I think I said she won't average over 20. That's what I said. So, I clearly said she wouldn't average over 20. So you're right in my ballpark, but I definitely think 15 and 10 is definitely doable for her. It should be. Yeah, definitely. All right, definitely. 15 and 10 should be easy for her. She should wake up out the bed, roll over, and get 15 and 10. That shouldn't be nothing. All right. So I want to talk about this kid. All right. DeMarcus Bowman, running back. I am really effing up on these graphics. You guys don't know nothing about this kid. Okay, so he's a running back. All right, he's a running back. All right, his freshman year, he went to Clemson. He transferred again, went to Florida. He's leaving for the spring. All right, He is in the final two. He played at Lakeland, Florida. He played in like a kind of like a Gus Malzahn Auburn style running attack. It wasn't a true like triple option or anything like that, but it was more like a wing tee / power running / all type of stuff. All right. So he played in that type of style. So I think Gus Malzahn might have just a tad bit because, you know, he is a run first type of guy. But FAMU is definitely in the mix for this guy. Watching his film, listen, man, his burst is unreal. His burst is unreal. All right, his burst is unreal. I like his first step. If you give this kid a hole, when I mean a hole, I'm talking about like where the first person he sees is a safety, he might hit his head on the goalpost. If you give this kid a lane where nobody touches him and he can hit it and see it straight, he's going to hit his head on the goalpost. He's that fast. His speed is next level. He runs past angles. He's definitely a problem. Better than Bishop Bonnet. Okay. This is the thing for me. I think he's faster than Bishop Bonnet. I don't think he's as physical as Bishop Bonnet. That's the thing for me. I think he's faster than Bishop, but I don't think he's as physical as Bishop. He's 5'11". He's 5'11". I like Bishop's ability to break tackles, and not seeing him at the college. I saw him play at the Florida spring game. I mean, it wasn't nothing special. I saw the spring tape. I was trying to see something from Clemson, but you know, yes, he can catch out the backfield. I think I'll tell you this. I think if Bishop Bonnet came back, I still think you start Bishop. I think you do a 2-back set, and I would still start Bishop because of what he is. Oh yeah, he's fast. Listen, he's faster than G. Listen, this kid is fast, bro. You're talking about legit 4.45 speed. Like he is like that. Okay, he is truly like that. He's truly 4.45 guy. He can definitely take the top off. It can definitely take something to the house if you give him a hole. He has okay. Let me give you my version of Wiggles. Right, when I say Wiggles, I think of LaShawn McCoy. All right, when I think of Wiggles, I think of LaShawn McCoy. Right, so somebody that can bang, like he can sit you down and then get back up and get out. That's not this guy. He will dead leg you, right? So he's gonna boom and he's gonna be gone. Like it's two type of Wiggles, right? You got the guy who can like the Barry Sanders wiggle where you go like ha 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 and it's all shoulders and working like that. He doesn't have that. Okay, he doesn't have that. But he does have a dead leg. So he'll get you with his speed. So if he's running at an angle, he will dead leg you. And he's going to, and listen, and that angle he takes back is, that boy gone. Okay. He's gone. So, but I don't see him with the hoo, and then get back. Like I don't think that's like woo spin. Like, nah, that's not him. Like woo spin, stiff arm. Like no. He is a one cut. Go. Yes, thank you, Bobby. He is a one cut. I'm out the door type of guy. And yeah, that's what when I think of Wiggles, I think of like Reggie Bush, LaShawn McCoy. That's like those are the kind of guys that they'll stutter, jump stop, boom, spin on you. Like they'll just do everything to get loose, and they still can get back up to that top speed. So he doesn't have that, but he does have really good vision. He definitely can change. He can cut across the field. So like, let's say you're doing a zone read left, he goes left, he doesn't see it. He can stutter back and take it back across the field. Like he's that type of guy. He's that type of fast. All right. He's that type of fast. So I think listen, if you get him, it's a huge pickup. I'm gonna just say that if you get him, it's a huge pickup because I believe Destin Coates from Georgia State, I think he messed up his knee or torn ACL or something like that. So, respect to him. But that you definitely if you can get him, great. All right, that's the thing. If you can get him, great because he is that type of special. You know what I'm saying? Toss sweeps, anything on the outside, anything up the inside. So those type of abilities. But if you I can't say he would be the fastest back in the SWAC because I still haven't seen Lamborghini. I still haven't seen Maurice Washington. I haven't seen these guys, run up close and personal. But, if you're talking about top 5 in speed, he'd definitely be top 5, probably one of the fastest guys in the SWAC. Yeah, Coates is out for the season. So, yeah, so you definitely need to replace that running back. The Gabriel Floyd. If you haven't heard, the former 5-star, I think 5-star? Was it 5-star? Former 5-star / 4-star linebacker that went to Texas. Just signed with A&M. And listen, if you haven't been keeping up with him, which I haven't, I just kind of did my research recently, that he's been on a lot of Destroying's video out in LA, and he's been playing DB. He's been playing wide receiver. So I think he's pretty much going to be an athlete for whatever they decide to do. He was a 4-star. Thanks, Reese. He's a 4-star if he's healthy. Listen, I don't know because he medically retired. If you don't know his story, he medically retired from Texas because of a spinal stenosis. He had a spinal stenosis thing on his spine, so he medically retired. And he's still been actively working out and doing things like that. Listen, contact is contact. So I'm not going to say the 7-on-7 stuff. If you can land the wrong way. He can fall and hurt himself. He can land the wrong way that way because listen, if you watch any of those Destroying stuff out in LA, them Bama's is playing like hood football. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? So if A&M uses him, I think they will use him as whatever they need. Because if you watch any of the videos from Destroying, he is a flat out athlete. Listen, man, you're talking about a linebacker out here running with like shifty wide receivers. And we're not talking about no little kids. We're talking about grown ass men out here running routes and shutting these Bamas down. All right. So I think A&M is getting a steal as a player because he's just so freakishly athletic and he's super thin. So if you want to put him in the slot, you can put him in the slot. If you want to put him at the X receiver or Z receiver, you can put him at Z. If you want to put him at Will, Sam, strong safety, it doesn't matter where you want to put him. It's wherever you need him. That's the type of athlete he is. So hopefully, he stays committed. He works with the program. From what I've been told, it came down to Jackson State and A&M, and A&M got their guy. And if I'm not going to speak on why I think he went to A&M, but I just think that he's a huge asset, man. He's a huge get. And I think if they use him the right way, shout out to Boware out there. If they can use him the right way and get him going and get him back to anything of what he looked back coming out of high school, yeah, they definitely got a dog. Listen, when you watch him on the Destroying videos, this dude just loves football. Like my mom used to always say, there's people that play football and there's people that play football, right? So when you go out and when you go to a party, and all the black people who play spades know this, when people bring up spades and they be like, yo, you want to play spades? Real spades players be like, yo, do you play spades or do you play spades? Okay. If you don't play spades, you don't understand what I just did there. The inflection. Okay. You don't understand there. Okay. So that's where we're getting to. Does he play football or does he play football? Okay. And the Gabriel is the type of guy that lives, breathes, and you can just see it you can see it when you watch him. He feels at home. He feels comfortable on the field. And I can't wait to see what it looks like. If it was me, I would make him a two-way player. All right. Shout out to you, Joker, Deuce. Shout out to you. I would make him a two-way player. He's that effective. He's just that effective. To me, I don't see why you can make him a two-way player. You know he has the hands. I mean, you watch any of the destroying video, the dude is catching everything. All right. So to me, I will make him a two-way player. No different than Travis Hunter. Literally no different than what Travis Hunter can do for Jackson State. I think he can do for Alabama A&M. He could be a split out tight. He could be a Y. He could be a slot. Man, listen, the kid is he's just crazy, man. He's just crazy athletic. But yeah, that's my time, guys. Listen, I'm going to open the call lines up for a bit. 516-259-9041, 516-259-9041. You can talk about any of the topics I brought up today. All right, we ain't going to be too long on here.
You are the only participant in the conference. All participants are muted.
All right. Like I said, 516-259-9041, 516-259-9041. Like I said, shout out to Coach. Shout out to Coach Donna Thorton. She said we going. She said if we going down fighting. We ain't about to sit on the sidelines. Coach D out here recruiting. All right. Also, anybody still want me to do the recruiting? I am getting back to that. So if you want to send me your tape or send me your recruiting stuff, send it to recruiting@itsoffscript.com. Recruiting@itsoffscript.com. I know I got a lot of people in my email already. I will be sending you guys out the PDF forms. I've just been super busy, but make sure if you want to get your tape, juniors and seniors, make sure you send me your tape at recruiting@itsoffscript.com. And quick recap as well. Interview Tuesday at 7:00. Mississippi Valley State OC Kitten Evans is back for another one. All right, he'll be on the channel tomorrow, 7:00. Make sure you tune in. 8945 coming to you. Hey, what's up, David? Talk to me.
What's going on, Scotty? Man, first of all, I want to say great show today. First of all, I want to thank y'all for giving prayers to my girl. She's back home now.
Let's go. Praise report. Whoop, whoop. Come on, good job, man. I'm glad. I'm happy. I'm happy. God moved.
Also, my mom told me about what happened at the BET Awards last night. She called me around 10:00, and she was telling me about what Diddy did. I feel like if everybody that was at the award show give $1 million to at least one HBCU of their choice, you know what I'm saying? So like, Diddy gonna do for Howard, he did for Jackson State. Somebody gonna do for, give $1 million for Alabama State, Alabama A&M. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of, in a sense, kind of pay it forward.
Yeah,
if you get what I'm saying.
I do, but it's kind of like, I wouldn't do it in a sense of, just celebrities. What the reason I say make it a Diddy charge, right? Because Vote or Die was not just for celebrities, right? It was
I remember that.
Yeah, it was just for the whole community. And I think Diddy should do the same thing for HBCUs. Because if I only limit it to the people in that room, well, I'm only limited money. Everybody got money. You know what I'm saying? And it's something I brought up many of times. Like, that's the beauty of what, and I'm going to keep saying, that's the beauty of what Barack Obama did. Barack Obama made the little person feel important. He made their $20 or $50 donation to the campaign, make them feel like, yo, I was a part of something. So if Diddy makes a pledge or a support creed, yes, you hold your celebrity friends to a higher standard. Give 100,000, give 200,000, give $1 million. But if he just makes a charge for people to give, right? Then now I'm asking millions of people that I know, you know what I'm saying? Or millions of people that support me, or millions of people that follow me. You know what I'm saying? That's what the all-encompassing factor looks like. So now you're getting all your celebrity friends, right? So let's say people don't like Diddy, right? A lot of people don't like Diddy. So, but if you get Taraji P to do something, if you get Terrence Howard to do something, if you get Anthony Anderson, they all have their own platform, you know what I'm saying? And then with Blackish being so big as a crossover platform or a crossover show, you get Anthony Anderson to do it. Now you get white people that start supporting HBCUs and everything like that. So it's no different than seeing the little, and I want every HBCU person, please do not take this as disrespect what I'm about to say. The same way white people put them dogs on, like, that little sad song with the dogs, and you can feed a kid in Africa for 30 cents a day. It's the same type of charge that Diddy could make, and I'm not making it sad and sad and all somber and all that type of stuff. You just make it cool, like have Spike Lee come up with a cool commercial, the same way Spike Lee and Michael Jordan came up with a cool commercial. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it the shoes?
Yeah, back in the 80s.
Yeah, like, is it the shoes, Mike? Is it the shoes?
Black, yeah, I remember that.
It could be like, is it the schools? Is it the schools? Like, it could be like, you could really revamp a lot of cool old commercials and make them, HBC relevant. I want to be like, whoever or whatever. You just revamp or some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Just my crazy brain working. But go ahead.
Yeah, and the other thing we was talking about, you was talking about the rivalries, and I remember I was on Twitter and I seen that. I was like, well, okay, so they was talking about, FAMU and Jet State rivals. I'm like, no, we're not rivals, but we have a rivalry because we can go way, you can go back in time to see how many times we don't, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We done played each other.
Yeah.
Like, we could go here and there and everywhere, but we're not true rivals.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows who Jack State's true rival is. It's Alcorn, it's Southern,
yeah.
It's you know what I'm saying, Valley. It's, those schools, basically, those are our rivals. But we do have a somewhat rivalry, like last season, last season, like with Connell Maynard, Alabama A&M, the Pink Scooter game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That should be a rivalry right there.
Exactly,
that's a rivalry game right there. So where whoever wins the game, should get the Pink Scooter signed by the head, signed by the opposing head coach.
Exactly.
That's what I would do. And then the last thing, I'm about to promote my show. But I did an interview. It was my first interview with the Texas Southern offensive lineman, Jack Ned, is number 62 on the team. It was a great interview that I did, and I got some more interviews coming in. I got one coming in with Loaded NIL. That'll be tomorrow. And so I got some other stuff coming in, but just be on the lookout though, man.
Appreciate it. Hey, but y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to my man HBCU Drive. Hey, make sure you put your link in the chat, bro.
I got you.
All right, man. Appreciate it, David. Hey, listen, my man Yogi birthday coming up. All right, listen. Shout out to my boy Yogi. He's been an officer of Offscript. He's been a day one supporter of Offscript. Get the likes up, okay? Get the like.
Happy birthday, Yogi.
Is it today? I think it's tomorrow. I think it's the 28th or the 29th. Oh yeah, Eris, my daughter. I'll bring her on. I'll bring her on tomorrow, and she can talk about all the money that she done received from you guys, which is so lovely. We appreciate it. But my boy Yogi, his birthday is coming up. I think it's tomorrow or the 29th. Please make sure y'all give him a happy birthday. And Yogi, please send your cash out, man, so we can send you something, you know what I'm saying, from the scripts. And anybody else want to donate. Well, how old are you turning, Yogi? You getting old, man. Getting old. How old are you turning? But I'm gonna put that in the chat, and we're gonna keep it going. And once you answer, we'll talk about it later. But what's up, Dre? You live. Talk to me.
Yeah, what's up, man? Y'all know the BET Awards. I think where they should always do. I could say, I guess the best way would be to do a partnership with the Negro College Fund, the National Negro College Fund. That kind of would have like a governing body, because let's be honest, you can't trust all these schools with $1 million.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I might could trust Dion to do what it's like. If I say, hey, this is supposed to go to the football team, don't send it to general admission and in general scholarship just because, hey, nah, this $1 million should go to the football team and only the football team. That's really the problem.
Yeah, that's right. That's fair.
So you can't do that because the administrators, most of the presidents aren't trustworthy to give it to the football team. It's almost like if, I know your daughter just had a birthday. Let's say somebody, cash after 100. You may be like, dang, 100? She only turned in 4. You know what? She don't need a whole 100. take 50 off that.
Hey, while you playing, well, hold on. While you playing, shout out to DeQuincy Edwards. He sent my daughter $75. Shout out to him. He cashed out for $75, and she gonna get every bit of that 75. But I get what you saying. Trust me. When I first saw it, I was like, "Damn, she 5. Like, what she need with 75?" I thought the same thing, bro. I'm like, "Damn, she 5. What she need with $75?" But I was like, "Hey, DeQuincy sent this," so I was like, "Man, gotta give it to her." Shout out to him, man, and shout out to everybody else who gave. But man, that $75 definitely hit different.
A lot of kids games. But yeah, so I think they should always do a partnership with the United Negro College Fund, so there could be a governing body, or they just need to put themselves out more and develop some more of the relationship.
Yeah,
because Howard has been trash. They've gotten a lot of money and still trash. So but I just believe you can't trust everybody, giving out that type of money because they're not going to use it properly.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. And I like what Black Pilot said. He said, and don't cut the football budget by $1 million because someone donated $1 million.
Yeah, the smart thing is just, okay, that if Diddy's giving Jackson State football $1 million, that means you got extra money to help everybody else out.
Yeah.
That million ain't even counted in the budget, but that means now you got a surplus of $1 million to help the women's out and help the basketball team out and stuff like that. So that's all I'm saying. But it's nice to want to help everybody out, but until these presidents and their ADs get their act together and become trustworthy, if I give out money, it needs to be earmarked towards that, and unless it's earmarked towards that, and I trust the athletic program to do that, they just can't be trusted.
No, I agree, man. Hey, appreciate the call, Dre, as always, my boy.
Okay.
All right, man. Hey, Coach Green, coming to you. Hey, what's up, Coach Green?
What up, man?
What's goody?
Oh, slow motion. Got a bone to pick with you, man.
What's up?
Hey, man. I love Luther, but he did not outdo Marvin Gaye.
On the song, what song was it? Let me go back because I still got it open. Let me see.
But y'all know these Luther Vandross songs are.
Hold on, let me see. If the world was mine, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. What are you talking? What, sir? No. Which one was on the soundtrack? Which song was on the soundtrack? Was it his version? Was it Marvin Gaye's version? Was it Luther's version?
I like Marvin Gaye version.
Okay, but it wasn't on the soundtrack though. It wasn't on the wood though. Okay, I just want to make that very. It wasn't on the wood. The wood one when the girl when they about to have relations when they was about to have relations, she was like, "Oh, that's my song," and it was the Luther version. It was not Marvin's version. I just want to make that very clear. But go ahead.
There's a reason for that. Luther was Luther, everybody knows who Luther was because Luther was, he was alive at that time and he was constantly putting out hits. Marvin been gone for a while, man. But if Marvin would have been alive, it would have been Marvin on the wood, not Luther.
Listen, sir.
So get it right.
Listen, you don't have to be alive to get your song on the soundtrack. You don't have to be alive to get your song on the soundtrack. That's not even, what are we talking about? Music is forevermore. Michael Jackson does not have to be alive to have his music on a soundtrack. Prince does not have to be alive to have his music on a soundtrack. So if Marvin's was that good, it would have been on the wood. It was not. It was the Luther version.
Dude. All I'm going to say is it was circumstances. Because Luther wouldn't have did that song if Marvin was there. It would have been all Marvin. That's all I'm going to say on that. Now, moving on. We'll move on from that.
Move on.
All right. Now back to sports. I told you about Dawn, boy.
You said it.
I told you she was coming.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's gonna get her this year. She may get her, but she may not get her. But she gonna be right there. She gonna be right there. So I knew it was I knew she was coming, but it just took her some time because she ain't too long ago got the UAPB, and she's building that program right. Now I don't know if it's true, but I heard they may be coming back.
Listen, if she can pull that off, and you add Davenport, and you add listen, man, you just need because think about it. And you watched the game, they were 5 layups away from winning that game because they kept smoking them. Like the fast little guard that she had with the ACL injury. I can only imagine how fast she was without that brace. But I think they blew like 5 layups, like legit. They blew 5 layups that would have changed the game. So listen, you add Zay. I think she's leaving. I think she was a senior. Hopefully she can come back if she can come back. But if you add some guard play to that, but she needs some shooters. You listen. Anybody in the SWAC needs to understand. If you want to go far, you need a shooter. You got to get a girl that can legit stand out and knock it down. Okay, so go ahead.
I'll put it like this: she got this guard from ICC because we recruited a teammate. We signed a teammate, but she got this guard from ICC that's pretty good. And then she got this guard from what's the name of that JUCO in Texas? Because in Texas they got some really good JUCOs
for basketball.
And and she got this guard from a team that won the national championship in JUCO. So she got a nice one.
Listen, I'm gonna say this, and I hope nobody takes it as disrespect. Coach Dawn she's not getting Instagram models. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Listen, you can take it how you want to. Coach Dawn is not recruiting Instagram models. Okay, she's getting ballers. Okay, somebody that you might not want to see next to your car later at a gas station. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
FAMU did get a shooter now. They did brought a white girl as a shooter.
Yeah, they did. And listen, man, I hate to call a spade, but this show is not politically correct. When you get a white person, you know what you're bringing them in for. Hey, it's no different if you was playing regular pickup. You always think the white person can shoot. That's just the nature of the beast. So hopefully the white girl can shoot. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, I know what Coach Dawn and listen. She ain't getting Instagram models. That's all I'm gonna say. Because the last 2 girls I didn't see for FAMU, they should be working at Vogue. Okay, like they should be at Essence Festival or something. I'm like, do you guys really play basketball, or are you just here for the likes? Like that's what it looks like. I'm not saying they're not good. That's just what it looks like.
Hey, I'm gonna say another team. I hope they get some hype to go with what they was doing. Southern women's basketball team.
Listen, and I like that big girl that you guys got. I think she just needed a backup. Like, like that big center that you guys have. She was giving Amisha problems, but once she got in foul trouble, there was nobody to replace her. You know what I'm saying? So if Southern can get a girl who's 6'4", 6'5", that can just give her some a break, or if she gets in foul trouble that she can take up and still take up space, that's great. Because I like that girl, and I like your guard play. You got 2 guards that can get to the rim. Like they can get to the bucket, but they don't have no real shooter. So, but because the thing about it, man, you gotta have depth at the post position. You gotta have depth, because that's like one of the things we did this summer. We got us a 6'4". We brought us a 6'4" in. Woo!
Because Hey, we've been recruiting. We got a couple of D1 transfers, put it like that.
That's nice.
Yeah, So, and you gotta have depth, because when we played in the tournament, we lost in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
The one post player that we didn't have was a 6'3", 6'4", and they had a big old white girl that was that size. And she ain't had to jump at times. She just tipping it over, because our tallest post player was 6'1".
Oh yeah, see, and with women's basketball, height is huge, because it comes in a premium. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not easy to find 6'4", 6'5" girls, and usually when you find one that's skilled, they're definitely going Power 5. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to find. I definitely get it. It's definitely hard to find. So you definitely that's why it's so special to see what Coach Reed is doing, because like you got Daphne. You got the other girl from USC. You got Deja who doing Instagram videos of dunking. It's like, God dang, like I can't. You over here, the treasure is plentiful for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
the 4 and the 5, you got to have some length. You got to have length and depth at them positions. See, the guards, guards are dime a dozen.
Yeah, you can find those.
But you don't want to be too small at the guards. You don't want to be too small. But guards are dime a dozen. But that 4 and the 5, sometimes even the 3, have a couple of long players that play the 3 position. That'll help.
Yeah, I think
because when you play the bigger schools, that's where they get you at.
Yeah, and I mean, to the benefit that Reed has right now is the depth at the center position. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you let's say Daphne gets in foul trouble, okay, we'll just put in the USC girl, okay, and then if you want to go small, you can do you can put Deja at the center because she jumps so high, so she kind of negates. Because the funny thing is, a lot of 6'4", 6'5" girls can't jump. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just they just got the little mini jump, but Deja got bunnies. So now you got a 6'2" girl who can jump with a 6'4" girl or 6'5" girl. So now she's still being more impactful than somebody who was 6'4", 6'5". So it's just the depth position. So a lot of these SWAC schools have to start finding depth at the center position. You gotta go find a 6'2", 6'3" girl. Like your center got to be at least 6'3". You know what I'm saying? 6'3", 6'4". And if you can, you just got to find it. So, and if you don't, you're just going to get bullied on the boards. And that's just how women's basketball works. You know what I'm saying? But I think all together, I think Coach Dawn, she's going to find the right bars to fit. It's just, can I get some height at that center position? And she found a key piece with Davenport. If she can get another girl the same size or, you know what I'm saying, in that same kind of category of just big and lanky, now you really working with something, because now I'm not worried about your height. I'm not worried about you out rebounding me because I have guys that can go get me they can go box out and go get me a ball. But yeah, man, I appreciate it. But anything else, Coach Green?
Yeah. This is what I'm hoping though happen. I'm hoping that at least one of them or both of them get ranked between her and Coach Reed. If they just pull some upsets with the Power Fives, they're gonna be playing early on and wind up in the ranking. That would be big for the SWAC.
Listen, I've said it, and I've talked to BJ about it, BJ Jones. I said I think the SWAC mindset should be actually backwards. A lot of them are trying to get their football teams to be recognized. I really believe that your basketball teams are the ones that can turn around faster. You get a couple, big time recruits that come and play basketball for you. You could easily become a Wichita State, a Davidson for a couple years, a Butler. You know what I'm saying? If you make those right moves and you get the right people, and if you go overseas, like listen, if I'm UAPB, I'm done. Listen, I'm going to Cameroon. I'm going to Nigeria. I'm going overseas to get me a tall girl who can play basketball.
Hey, I'm gonna put it like this. I got something for you, because I don't know if you've been checking it out on them as far as men basketball, because it is about recruitment. And I found out what Bethune-Cookman men's basketball team been doing. They got them a 6'8" point guard coming in.
What?
Yes. 6'8". I ain't check out his videos yet, but you go to Bethune website and they're gonna show their new sign.
Oh, 6'8" point guard.
They ain't posted on Twitter. They posted on their website. and he brought in height, and he brought in some nice transfers.
Jesus.
So on paper they look good. If you just look at them on paper wise, I don't know how they're gonna play once the season starts, but on paper they look good.
Man, 6'8" point guard. Listen, I don't give it. Listen, I don't care if he can. I don't care if he can. I don't care if he couldn't do a crossover. So you can't teach 6. I can't teach 6'8", bro. I would literally. Oh my God! I would run.
And he's coming from overseas.
Oh my!
He's coming from overseas.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
He got the same. I think he got the same first name as Luca.
Man, yeah. Listen, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you. I appreciate the call, though, Coach Green. But I'm gonna say this. Appreciate the call, though, Coach Green. Real talk. Appreciate it. Great conversation. We don't have too many of those, but shout out to you, Coach Green. If anybody hasn't seen what North Carolina A&T did when they sent their merch to Africa, overseas to Africa, and have some African track players wearing track runners, high school, I believe they were high school girls and men's team or whatever, track wearing their merch. That is what it is all about. Okay, listen. You're trying to build a brand. Okay, you're trying to build a brand. So you need to go overseas, get a couple people, because what's going to happen is that whole village or whatever you go, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? There are cities in Africa. I'm not saying like everybody lives in a little wood shack or whatever, but they do call them villages. Your city, that city or those villages or whatever are going to support you, right? And if that player does good, guess what you now have a pipeline to? You have a pipeline to overseas. Okay? You have a pipeline overseas. Okay? So that's what you like. Listen, man. Sometimes the black kid, you know, go to Jamaica. Come on, go to Jamaica. Jamaica. Come on, man. Jamaica. Dominican Republic. I go get them my baseball players. I'm going to Dominican Republic. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, man. Sometimes, listen, I'm gonna keep it a bug with you. You know, this as much as I talk my mess, I do, you know, I am a little spiritual. Jesus was rejected by his own people. All right, Israel. That's why he went to the Gentiles. He went outside the Gentiles. That's everybody, you know, who is not, you know, Israel, Jew, and all that type of stuff. Right. So as an HBCU school, you're not going to be looked at like this new generation probably does not have the same reverence for HBCU. And I say probably because some kids have been taught it, some kids have not. So I'm just going to say it in general, right? So some of these kids don't have the same reverence and respect and admiration for HBCUs because of the luxury of what they have to choose, right? From the luxury of what they had to choose. Because a lot of old school guys, they felt as though HBCUs are the only thing that understands them, right? Or they were the only ones that will give them a shot. They will give them an opportunity going from the 70s to the 80s to 90s or whatever, right? But now you can have that same reverence for people that look like us outside of us. Okay? That look like us outside of us. And you're still giving them an opportunity. There's still young black men and women that need the opportunity, that need the success story, because now they can go back to their city, they can go back to their country, and now you're building a pipeline to another country, another continent. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes we get so limited by just looking at the kid down the street, or why is it this kid from Florida going to FAMU, or why is it this kid down the street from Alabama State? Why he not going to Alabama State? Because he knows nothing but choices. He has choices upon choices upon choices, right? But a lot of these people overseas do not have the same opportunities. They don't have the same luxuries as they do in America, to where they can be like, oh yeah, I want to go here. I got this offer. No. So a lot of those people overseas are just looking for the opportunity to come to America, get their family out of something, you know what I'm saying? And build on top of that. So I just think that, you know, having, and thank you, Hezekiah, having a budget for it. You know, trying to find a budget for it, or trying to find maybe one or two students, giving them the opportunity to build, you know, that pipeline, you know, from overseas or whatever. But, you know what I'm saying? It's not easy, but I think it's something people should look into. And I'm hearing that Stretch has entered the transfer portal. Listen, man, I'll say this about Stretch. I love her work ethic. I love what it is, but I just feel like she felt like she was everything for Alabama A&M. I don't think she liked, you know, I haven't spoke to her. I have not spoke to her. So this is just all my thinking is that if I was Stretch, I'll take my ass to UAPB. If I was Stretch, I would take my butt right over to UAPB. Or if you want to go to Alabama State, that's cool too. By King, you know, Alabama. But I'm going to UAPB because I want to compete. I want to win. All right. I want to win. I want to compete at a high level. And I don't think Alabama A&M right now is able to do that. That's just my personal opinion. So, but I'll go to UAPB, Stretch, if I was you. Listen, you join that team. If Zay coming back, you got Davenport, got some other kids coming in, man. I think y'all could be something special. And you got to get a jump shot, okay? Listen, all that posting up and stuff, girl, you're like 6'1", 6'2". You need to get a jump shot, okay? Got to get a jump shot, but that is what it is. I don't got no more calls, so I'm gonna shut this thing down. Listen, I appreciate everybody. Tomorrow, Tuesday, 7 o'clock, Kid Evans is back on the channel. All right, if you missed it, if you missed the show, the replay will be in the video below as well, guys. So listen, man, I appreciate you guys' time. Let me get my stuff set up because you know I'm always let me see. All right, but until next time, let me see. Till next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'ma holler. God bless. Let me see what we got.